This is an open letter to all employees everywhere regarding your safety program. There seems to be a need, probably more than ever, to have a discussion about what safety should mean to you, the employee. Yes, I'm talking to the common worker, the everyday worker that busts their butts to make a living doing work that's far more difficult than what I do each day as a safety consultant. But listen to me, I want to have a frank conversation with you because your very own livelihood and personal safety is at risk. In fact, I would argue that in this safety-saturated society, you're more at risk than ever to lose that quality of life you and your family hold dear, and maybe even take for granted. We live in a society that has become paralyzed by selfish gain. Our society is being corrupted by you and I. We live in and feed a culture that abdicates responsibility to the next guy down the line. I mean, seriously, think about these things in our current culture. How did we get to a place where we no longer have any personal skin in the game? No more cause and effect life principles where our own choices directly affect the outcome of our life. Where did that go? We abdicate the responsibility of a company to inform us that their hot coffee is in fact hot. I know, shocker. But the thing is, we hear that and most of us laugh at that ridiculousness. But I promise you, that same ridiculousness goes far deeper than that. We live in a society that abdicates the responsibility of other employers to tell us that it's snowy and icy in their parking lots. And when we make a conscious choice to walk out of our own cars onto the ground, we know to be icy and fall, we want them to pay for our injuries. What am I missing? We live in a society that now tells us we deserve more money for doing less work. What? Why is all this? Because you see, somewhere along the line we became entitled. What we seem to forget is that the poorest of the poor in this country still live in the top 1% of the entire world. Yet we're entitled to what? What happened to personal responsibility and the very true life principle that what you pour in is what you get out? What you reap is what you sow. How has this been lost along the way? As a safety professional, I see this same mindset being injected into the minds of the employees we have the privilege to work with every day. And I'm going to be honest, my heart aches for so many of them. I'm worried for their future. I'm worried for their well-being. I'm worried for the men and women that show up to work every day and decided that it was their employer's job and OSHA's job to keep them safe. It freaks me out to think about the very real possibility they came into work today and abdicated their very own safety to those that are mandated to keep them safe. And I'm going to say this once so I don't get any hate mail. Yes, employers have a very real and a very serious responsibility to help keep them safe. And that's something we focus on every single day. But let me repeat myself so we don't lose focus on the real issue here. When did our own personal protection and quality of life become the job of someone else? You know, we all repeat with our very own lips this Sunday school answer of, yes, Mr. Safety Guy, safety is my responsibility, with this little wink and a nod after. And yet, I doubt many of us have truly taken that to heart or made it real in our own lives. It's a tagline. It's a catchphrase that we picked up along the way after seeing it on the back of our company shirts for the past 10 years. But we haven't made it true for ourselves yet, because I can promise you the attitude towards most safety programs is flat out horrible, and I'm not quite sure why. I know the arguments and I see the gray areas just like everybody else. But come on, why do you hate your own quality of life so much? If your current participation in your safety program were a direct reflection of how you viewed yourself, everyone would think you hated yourself. If you're shaking your head right now and doubting me, I want to ask you, why do you have such a disdain for your safety program? Why is it so hard to get your feedback and involvement on the most basic safety measures? Measures that are there to protect you. Yet we want to abdicate our safety program to someone else, which is like expecting our teachers to raise our children with all the same values and beliefs we share, and yet being disappointed when they grow up nothing like us. Exactly, it doesn't make sense.